A number of free COVID care centers are opened across India, which includes the Adi Kailasa and Bidadi, Bangalore, Salem Adinam, Thiruvannamalai Adinam, Rajapalayam Adinam, Puduvai Adinam, Pattanam Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Siragapadi Adinam, Sripuram Adinam in Hyderabad, Madurai Adinam, Avattipalayam in Tamil Nadu, Hosur Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Baroda Adinam in Gujarat. And in these COVID care centers, like we mentioned, there are multiple free COVID care centers are open across India. Various social services are offered during the pandemic in Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies across India. Spiritual services along with the social services are also offered in these spiritual embassies. And more than that, the cosmic revelations on global pandemic, the Devi Parashakti has been revealing so many important revelations that makes people to prepare themselves on this ongoing pandemic. So the number of social services that are being offered during pandemic in Nithyananda ashrams across India includes medical care, which is allopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha medicine, fire safety equipment maintenance, infrastructure to accommodate thousands. So currently in Adi Kailasa, we are preparing the infrastructure to accommodate at least 10,000 people, and accommodation for the multi-layered quarantine. Then we have ICU on wheels and emergency ambulances to ensure that the right infrastructure is provided to people. And we have now enormous amount of personal protective medical equipment. And to ensure the food insecurity issues are being addressed, we have groceries that are collected for Annadan for about next 3 years. And to ensure that sustainable practices are in place, we have organic farming in the Adi Kailasa COVID Care Protection Center. So if you are one of them who's affected by this ongoing pandemic, especially you feel so insecure, given that the amount of harassment or the amount of insecurity that you're facing because of the lack of medical infrastructure, and you want to protect yourself and your loved ones from this ongoing pandemic, here we have the multi-layered quarantine COVID care protection center in Adi Kailasa. And if you're interested to be part of it, please log into kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Yes. The next Okay, before we go to the next segment, let's have a short break. We'll be right back.
Paramashivoham. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam, and welcome back, one and everyone. Now we will go into one unique segment for today, which is one of the core 5 pillars of the enlightenment spiritual ecosystem of Kailasas. Temple ecosystems. As one may know, anyone who has heard Bhagwan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, or seen him in person, one thing that really hits us is his immense love, respect, and pride for this one major pillar of Kailasa, which is temples. Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship, Department of Human Services, and each of Kailasa's temple ecosystems consider the right of happiness. You heard it right, the right of happiness to be the highest fundamental right of all humans, in fact, all beings, not just human beings, all life forms. The ultimate goal for Hinduism and Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the material and spiritual well-being and prosperity of humanity and life at large. Kailasa is a place where everything related to superconsciousness is revived. These are the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism just about 2 years back when he reminded us all the sampradayas, all the spiritual ecosystems created for enlightenment will be revived and established in such a way it never gets lost again. They're forever serving the humanity. That is the vision, mission of Kailasa, and all the efforts of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are single-pointedly focused towards. What is the revival of Hinduism's temple ecosystems consist? Let us take a look at what it implies and what does it really take.
Ecosystem. I'm going to create absolutely from the scratch newly.
Sorry for the technical glitch. Just about, we'll hear Bhagavan himself say what this Hindu temple ecosystems revival consists of.
Revive Hinduism by setting up a model community, enlightenment ecosystem. I'm going to create absolutely from the scratch newly. Self-sustaining, temple-based Hindu ancient enlightenment ecosystem and civilization based on that. Understand? Kailasa is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened civilization. Shiva himself manifested this Kailasa Mandala, the enlightenment ecosystem, and the lifestyle. I am going to revive this whole enlightenment ecosystem, Kailasa, by creating a model Kailasas all over the world. I am
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
And we just saw a brief glimpse of what the revival of the Hindu temple ecosystem involves. Contrast that with the sheer necessity of why it's needed today. The addition of violence in recent lifestyle has enabled disruption in several nations, affecting millions of lives with mental distress, physical health ailments, defalcation of food supply, pinpointed destruction to the infrastructure of several countries. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has dedicated his life and made it his mission to bring global peace right from the ground level through the Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship and the Department of Human Services, to bring harmony, humanity, to create a life of freedom and peace for every individual on the planet through the revival of the temple ecosystems. Just to give a relevance, so-called, in the modern world, Joshua Gordon, director of the National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH, pointed out that environmental factors present both risk and protective influences on mental health. He actually grouped such factors into three types: individual factors, such as the microbiome; natural and built components include green spaces, housing, and highways, which may play a role in health disparities; social factors like family structure, poverty, and other social determinants of health. This is from the National Institute of Environmental Studies in March of this year. This is what today the world is recognizing as what is fundamentally needed. And this is exactly the fulcrum, the core of what formed the basis of the ancient Vedic civilization, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving in its absolute glory and tradition. It's and the Leelas of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in his avataric mission. From 1994 to this date, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has worked tirelessly in the revival of temple ecosystems globally. Through the Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship and the Department of Human Services, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, this lifelong commitment to the mission and vision of bringing global harmony, sustainable living, and reproducible ecosystems has been proven in building active, contributing temple ecosystems around the world. One can see here visual glimpses. Way back in October of 2006, meditation under the sacred Kalpavriksha in Adi Kailasa, the peacekeepers of Kailasa, along with the children of the Nithyananda Gurukul, the school, celebrate the auspicious occasion of Deepavali. On here, you can see the picture of the fireworks, the traditional fireworks, and the citizens of Kailasa undergoing meditation processes, spiritual alchemy processes under the guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Beautiful celebrative activities where the peacekeepers of Kailasa and the participants of the meditation program take part in the celebrations of a traditional hoisting ceremony. December of the same year, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the Life Bliss Program Level 2, which was called the Nithyananda Spurna Program. Meditation workshop, as one can see in Chennai in Tamil Nadu in South India, attended by thousands, tens of thousands of people. Day in and day out, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting meditation workshops, yoga workshops, spiritual counseling, providing these powerful life solutions to one and all, one by one, reaching out to every human being and teaching this life science, this eternal cosmic truths to enable humanity to live happily in a blissful way and contribute so that the planet Earth becomes a blissful place to live in. One can see various meditation programs and the yatras. One can see here spiritual yatra is a very fundamental component of Hinduism, where the pilgrimages to the spiritual places, sacred spaces on this planet Earth, which naturally provide a way to connect to the divine. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has always facilitated these pilgrimages, these yatras, where people get to experience higher states of consciousness, helped by the sacred spaces on planet Earth, like as you see the Himalayas, which are home to thousands and lakhs of rishis and evolved beings.
Here you can see the temple ecosystems of Tiruvannamalai, which serves as a driving factor in maintaining the lifestyle of health, wealth, and well-being of denizens of Tiruvannamalai, one of the remaining living enlightenment ecosystems. Here, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is inaugurating the Kodikan Ratha Yatra, which is one of the ancient traditions that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had revived to ensure that the temple ecosystems are revived. Here, the peacekeepers of Kailasa and participants of Paramashivoham meditation workshop taking part in morning meditation and traditional puja or the ritualistic worship in Adi Kailasa. The distribution of sweet butter as part of Krishna Janmashtami celebrations. You can see every single level, in all levels, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was reviving these temple ecosystems to ensure that peace, harmony, and the authenticity of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is always revived. Here, beautiful pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism playfully colorful celebrations of Krishna Janmashtami in Adi Kailasa Bidadi. As part of the same Krishna Janmashtami celebrations, the peacekeepers of Kailasa distributing free organic food to public. Here, the peacekeepers of Kailasa led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism takes part in Karaseva, the voluntary contributions of physical service towards the cleaning or the construction of the sacred Hindu temple.
Here one should understand that this is multifaceted contribution or teaching done directly by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. One, in so-called modern words, where literally every brick of Adi Kailasa's ecosystem has been built with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism sweat and blood, literally. And here he's also teaching us that particularly for the temple ecosystem, for Paramashiva's temples, as per the agamic injunctions, as per the ordainment of Paramashiva, temple to Paramashiva has to be built by the devotee himself, by the devotees themselves. It is not about money, being able to get the people or the workers or the material needed to build the temple. It is about involving oneself directly, physically, and building the temple with one's devotion, with one's space. This is what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was teaching to everyone, all the citizens of Kailasa, by taking the shovel and the pickaxe in his own hand and laying the foundation stone for the Golden Temple and Adi Kailasa. One can see here just a little map of the Kailasa ecosystems around the world, just to give a glimpse of how global Kailasa's de facto embassies ecosystems are. And coming back to how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is engaging himself in not only spiritual services, but hand in hand with various humanitarian efforts to teach people with his own example what it takes to build an enlightenment ecosystem. What is it meant to do? How does it serve people? In this case, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself directly serving Annadan and doing the temple traditional services. The Adi Nithyananda Peetham, Tiruchengood Sarvanya Peetham, the very first temple ecosystem established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, at the age of just 23, on the banks of the sacred river Kaveri in 2001. This was the start of the borderless Hindu temple ecosystem, the enlightened civilization today that we know as Kailasa. And then the Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Peetham in Didi, under the grace and compassion of the Kalpavriksha, the sacred banyan tree. After having a vision of this sacred banyan tree, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had established the Adi Kailasa temple ecosystem with this same banyan tree, the Kalpavriksha, main headquarters, spiritual headquarters of Kailasa, and the foundation stone of this being laid way back in 2003. This sacred ecosystem housing the Kalpavriksha, Nithyanandeshwara, Nithyanandeshwari, the divine forms of the primordial principle Paramashiva and Parashakti, as well as the Swayambhu Linga, the Moolavar, which was formed naturally in the cave of the sacred Kalpavriksha. Through the live stream, all of these deities and living energies are available to bless each and every one of us 24/7. no matter where we are, we can reach out to them and have our prayers and boons answered. The various religious services being offered in the Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Paramashivam in Bidadi, continuous flow of worship and temple services that happens 24 hours as per the Veda Agamic injunctions. And similarly, Kailasa ecosystems worldwide. In Los Angeles, the Los Angeles temple, first inaugurated in 2005 and then established in its permanent location in 2007, houses the largest Shivalinga and Rajarajeshwari Devi in North America. Here, at a 25,000 square feet temple complex housing 80 plus deities, it is one of the largest Hindu temple ecosystems in the West.
The first temple established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism outside India in Ohio. The temple just came in life just within 9 months. The presiding deity of the temple is Nithyananda and Devi Nithyanandeshwari. And here is the Kailasa in Seattle. You can see a blissful dancing form of Ganesha and the largest living Nataraja deity outside of India. Is housed in Kailasa in Seattle. And the Kailasa in San Jose, California, being inaugurated in 2009, which radiates the energy of Madurai Meenakshi temple, the chief presiding deity being Devi Meenakshi. Lord Shiva and Nithyanandeshwara and Nithyanandeshwari, installed and energized by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. And next we are seeing the Kailasa in St. Louis. So this is a beautiful landscape among woods and rolling hills of Missouri, stretches to about 20 acres. And here, the Kailasa in St. Louis houses one of the tallest Venkateshwara deities in North America. Along with his concerts. Next, we have Kailasa in Phoenix, Arizona, which is a home for 21 deities and a temple structure of 2,500 square feet. Kailasa in Phoenix, it's directly established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and it's been serving the people in Phoenix for over 7 years. Next is the Kailasa in Houston, Texas, which was formally inaugurated in 2017 as the Parihar Stala for all the Navagraha doshas. Next, we have Kailasa in Toronto, which was inaugurated in July 2011 with all 63 Nayanmars and 18 Siddhas residing as deities in Kailasa in Toronto. The temple deities here are seated exactly as they are existentially preside in Kailasa around Paramashiva, the primordial deity of Hinduism. And from then onwards, the Kailasa in Toronto has been radiating the superconscious energy of Kailasa in various socio-spiritual activities, including Annadan and traditional Hindu ceremonies. Before we go to the next segment, let's have a short break. We'll be right back.
And setting model community. Enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet. thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Shati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
Make the whole planet flourish. Spiritually, the spiritual prosperity. Will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Ekaya.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Nithyanandam.
Paramashivoham.
And let's resume the next segment. The making of these Adi Kailasa Sarvanya Peetham, historical in every way. Actually, the uniqueness of the Adi Kailasa Sarvanya Peetham is it embodies every aspect practically of the Hindu enlightenment ecosystem. Every aspect for every being, not just human beings, for every life form. Today we will explore one such aspect which is unique, once again, to Kailasa's ecosystems. The enlightenment ecosystems, needless to say, are an embodiment of all inclusiveness, of all life forms